mention how much of his meal was, but he also pointed out the fact what it would have, the same meal would have cost him in the US, and as well as if you added the leaving a tip, that the meal was actually cheaper in New Zealand for him. Yeah, it's a big country, America, and I mean, I have no idea. I haven't been anywhere else but out of New Zealand, so I really don't have a scale to work with, an idea, you know, of what vast distance it really is. $20,000 to go, and we also got 20 hours to get there. It's coming up to night time. Is my lights on? Surely they're still on. I cannot tell. I wonder if I can not. Oh, look at that, 14 grand. Well, I'm guessing after our sleep, which I've got to look for a place to sleep in a couple of hours, isn't it? Well, we 8 o'clock. I don't know. I did see a map where they put New Zealand on over the top of Europe, and we covered like 4 countries. I think Germany was right in the middle. Something like that. So we're bigger than England. And I mean England, I'm not meaning Great Britain like Wales, including Wales and Scotland. I think I'm hallucinating. I'm sure when I last looked at the time it said 5:30. Did he say stay right or turn right? Oh, that's what I forgot to look at yesterday. Oh, during my editing. Those that don't know, I was going to look, when I was editing this yesterday, I was supposed to look. We had a couple of times in yesterday's stream where the GPS verbally told me, prepare to turn right, take the right exit when we were on the interstate. But the red line on the GPS was going straight, so I followed the red line and ignored the voice. The first time I thought, okay, there's something wrong with the GPS voice. That was early in the piece. Later in the piece, it happened again. And I was driving along and a little ways after it, and then I noticed that the ETA, we had 2 hours left before we reached the destination. And I actually stopped and slept when we had the 2 hours, knowing that I had 2 hours. And when I woke up in the morning, we were all over 3 hours away. So I was actually going to double check to see how much both of those times had happened, how much time I had left in the ETA, and whether or not the voice was actually right and the red line was wrong. I cannot tell if I'm just going to go in cab to figure out. No, my lights are on. Alright mate, thanks for popping in buddy. Have a good sleep eh, and yeah, hopefully we'll catch up with you another stage. Oh, now speaking of which, that's just reminded me something here. Tomorrow, as most of you know, I'll be streaming Dyson Sphere program, and on Sunday as well. My Saturday, and tomorrow's Saturday for me, in case you don't know. Today's Friday, obviously, because then if it wasn't, then tomorrow wouldn't be Saturday, would it? But so Saturday and Sunday for me is my Dyson Sphere streams, and these two will probably be the last, because I've pretty much done everything anyway. I'm pretty sure the last of the Dyson Spheres will be made, and hopefully I can get the ray receiver little thing I made up and running as well. Now I've said obviously we'll come back as I get more supporters. I'll put more names around the stars and that, as long as I can. Eventually I suppose there will be an update to that game where it won't work without a new save game, which would be a pain in the backside, but I can always come back to Dyson Sphere and restart it again and redo names and everything else with the newer version, with all the updates, including the enemies I know that are coming. I don't know what enemies they're putting in there, but I know enemies are coming. So what I'm going to look at is I'm going to get a hold of Smootho or Patrio or DJ or whatever, and we're going to jump onto the Farming Sim server and to see if that better contracts mod that fixes the contracts issues we were having works in multiplayer, and if it does then we'll probably be back to Farming Sim, carrying that competition on. Like I said yesterday, for those who weren't here, I emailed Giants for a refund of the game. So, and I doubt I'll get it. I doubt I'll get a reply of any sorts from them. So, that is the plan, unless for some strange reason they actually do agree to give me money back and I no longer have the game, which is fine by me. Little disappointing I can't finish that competition, but that's my position right now with Giants and Farming Simulator. Be quite happy not to have it around anymore, not to own it, not to know of its existence. So that's the plan for the moment. And if I do get a refund from Farming Sim, then I'll have to look at something else. Now I'd like to do a multiplayer type thing. But I also like to do a multiplayer game that a few people own, so we can have a few people join in. And well, apart from Satisfactory, which is similar to Dyson Sphere but in first person, I don't think that's the only game that all four of us have. Otherwise we've got, some of us have got the same game, some of us doesn't. I'll have to wait and see and look at it. The other option is I can rearrange it to move the trucking to the Saturday and Sundays, because I know DJ and Patrio both own trucking sim. So when we do the convoy mode, they might be able to join, and because it's around the weekend time for you guys in the Northern Hemisphere, that might make it easier for other people to join in as well, being that they don't have to get up to go to work, possibly in the morning. Oh, that's nice, mate. The main reason they don't have the games is because they're not interested in that type of game. Smeeto's, he doesn't understand why people play trucking sim. So that's the reason why he doesn't have it. Actually, I keep forgetting they have No Man's Sky. I wonder if they've got that. Anyway, but yeah, we'll see how we go. We'll cover that bridge, but yeah, thank you for the offer. Did I say we'll cover that bridge instead of cross it? I did, didn't I? I said we'll cover that bridge when we get to it instead of cross that bridge when we get to it. JJ, inventing new words since ages ago. Well, new sayings. Keeping them up to date. Cover them in glass. Wouldn't that be awesome? You go to a place where they don't tell you they've got a glass bridge. And you're driving along and then all of a sudden the road disappears and all you can see is the water or something. We'll stop here, get fuel, and stay here for the night. It's close enough to 8 o'clock. Yeah. You can see the floor and everything, they're not completely glass. But we might as well get into cab view since we'll be doing that for the next day anyway. We can get rid of you, get rid of you, turn left. Get rid of you. Yeah, no, that's not happening, mate. I'm turning right. There's the brake thing again. Ah, missed out on the green. Oh, right on red. Never mind. I shall keep my lack of opinion to myself. Jeez, you must eat a lot of carrots if you can read that book in the dark. I will sleep first and then get fuel in the morning. And we can go straight to one of those pubs over there. And we'll find this looks like a good place to put our rig of Love You a Long Time for the night. There we go. And we're going to be buying a garage, so get ready for your votes. We already know that Indianapolis is one of them. So, here we go. We got Montana. No, we don't. Idaho, Oregon, Nevada, Utah, Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico, Sonora. I've got one there. This place here, whatever that is. Is that Baja, California? I'm assuming that's south. There as well. Durango, there, whatever that is. That looks like AOC or AUC, I don't know what that is. Down there we've got Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, Missouri, only one in there, Illinois, Wisconsin, Michigan, Indiana, Idaho, Pennsylvania, Virginia, West Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Louisiana, Arkansas, Illinois, which is what Causey has suggested. Indianapolis, not Illinois. Indianapolis, where have you gone now? It's Indiana, yeah. Indianapolis, isn't it? You mean Indiana, which is Indianapolis because it's the only one there. Up in Canada, we got Quebec. Oh, we also got up here as well, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, whatever that is, because it's a blooming thing over it. Vermont, I think that is New Hampshire, where the Monarch Black Dragon is. Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut. We've got one in New York, Ontario, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, British Columbia, Northwest Territories. So we've got 2 votes for Indiana at the moment. So I'll give 30 seconds starting from now for any other votes, and we'll see what we end up with. Yeah, all this did about 200 years ago. Actually, I think around here, they had Vikings as well. What have we got? Oh, we're well over time, so it's Indiana. Purchase. No, Aussie, it's not. There is the game, which I wouldn't mind playing the demo of, but maybe I'll grab it, give it a go, and if I don't like it, I can get my money back when it comes out. But I'd rather try the demo first, see what it's like. But it would be nice. Would be nice. But it 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 would be nice. But I don't know if SCS is going to do Canada. It is part of America. Being so, actually is South America, and North America is America. Who knows? Yeah, I knew what you meant, Alaska. All right, so we've got to go and where are we? Back out. We haven't been there either. Look at that. Right, so we need a new company, and I think there's actually only there's two choices there. Oh, is there three actually? Hang on. No, we got them. All right. We got 3M and we got that one. Is there anything else on there? So here's our only two choice. Yes, two choices here. So this will be number 1, and Kenworth will be number 2. So who are we going to have a contract with? Put your thoughts into chat. I'll give you 30 seconds starting now. No, they're not. 10 seconds. Excellent. Yep, I like that. I would have gone with that myself, to be honest. Let me add that to the list. So, where are we up to now? Let's get a lay of the land. So we've got 10 garages. Now, I need to figure out. Oh, are they? Oh, nice. Not truck manager. Oh, truck manager will do. So we started off with a budget of 150, so that went to 200, 250, 300, 350, 400. The budget is 450,000, and we're going to get ourselves a Freightliner, isn't it? No, Kenworth, what Peterbilt, we got Peterbilt, Western Star, Western Star. Western Star. So we need $450,000 for our new truck, which we'll probably spend a quarter of it. So we now have caught up to, I believe we've caught up to ATS. So whatever happens now, well, we're definitely in the lead. We've got more money than we do in ETS. Hang on a second. Why does that say 44? Right. Okay, we need to buy another truck. How did that happen? Okay, we got one more truck to buy. We're not really caught up. Western Star is the last one. Western Star for ATS and Scania for ATS, and then we go back round again. And we buy different models and right, let's carry on. So we've got to buy that another truck before we end up saving up for our new truck. Sorry, I gulped really loud there in your ears, didn't I? Drinking my own Jamingo. Drinking and eating it with all the pulp in it. Oops. I was trying to avoid that. Oh, what's that billboard? It looks very colourful, doesn't it?
Go straight.
Hang on a sec. Hang on. I want to double check this because we got off the. So what it wants me to do is go all the way up here to turn around to come all the way back down here, doesn't it? That's what it's telling me to do. Instead of just going across the road here.
Stay left, and then turn left. Turn left.
I'm not going to make it. I think there's something wrong with the GPS. Maybe it's a solar flare. Get in the other lane and we're off.
Stay left.
Haven't seen a way station all this trip so far, have we?
Stay left.
Actually, I might keep this up so I can keep an eye on the money. We just need another 30 grand. We can buy that last truck. Here comes the sunshine. And it's also 80 mph speed limit. Looks like rain's on the way too. It's a bit foggy, isn't it? Oh, mind you, we're in the late autumn mod winter one, isn't it? How'd I know these guys weren't going to do 80 miles an hour? Whoa! Holy, that fog is thick. Thanks, mate. Thanks for pulling out in front of me. Appreciate your work. No, I didn't even get to utilise the 80 mile an hour speed limit. Yeah. I do remember that, unfortunately. It was a right pain. I don't know if this has an add-on like the winter mod. It has an add-on where I only do fog in the morning. But maybe that's because this probably only does fog in the morning anyway. Actually, I might rename it from fog to soup because it looks that thick. There's a layer of broth all over the ground today. Be careful driving out there. That's it for the traffic report. Back to Johnny with the news. It's going. I wonder if the fog causes the AI to react the same as it does with rain, because clearly in the rain they don't drive as fast. Which is cool. I mean, yeah, that thick, yeah, that makes sense. Back to 80, can we get it? Come on. Maybe I need to change lanes. Nope, because I can see a car up there. nearest way station we